The week is running very fast, and today is already the 3rd of that December, and the year remains 2025. That means for those ones who are counting down for Christmas, we are only left with 22 days. And my name is Oraku Benson Pastore, the anchor tonight for the news program at West Nile Television. The name is branded as NILECAST news program at West Nile Television. And I want to tell you, as usual, we are commencing everything with the headlines. Then certainly I will be bouncing back with the details.
In the headlines tonight, General Mugisha Gregory Muntu vows to tackle corruption and restore trust in leadership. Community members decry over poor infrastructure in Muvrani Primary School. And Goli Mission Star FC knocked out in the preliminary Uganda Cup. This and more in the NILECAST News Bulletin.
As you have seen on your screen in the headlines, there are a lot of things that have happened in West Nile, and they continue to happen as usual. Basically, we give you what is happening in West Nile, and we also don't eliminate national, continental, and international stories. As I had said earlier on, the anchor is Oraku Benson Pastore. Let's commence everything with what's happening in the education sector. Some skilled vocational schools in West Nile have benefited out of the NIDA SP2 project through offering psychosocial support, both green and business skill training, among others, to the learners. The NIDA SP2 project, which started in 2022 up to 2026, is a humanitarian development project focusing in refugee hosting districts of West Nile, such as Madiokolo, Yumbe district, and Terego. Take a look at how things transpired. Some skilled vocational schools in West Nile region, such as in the vocational school in Madiokolo, Omugo Skill Development Center in Terego, and Lodonga Polytechnic Vocational School in Yumbe, have benefited out of the NIDA SP2 project through offering of psychosocial support, both green and business skill training, and many more. This is through the efforts of Oxfam in consortium with the Luigi Gussan Foundation as the leading partners and other developmental partners. Akaka Rafael, the deputy head teacher in the vocational school, says the project has really transformed their skilling center in various sectors.
The coming of Luigi Gussan Foundation through Oxfam has improved the learning environment a lot in our institution. First of all, it came as an holistic program where we have psychosocial issues, we have academic issues, we have gender issues, we have governance issues, and those things really help to make us sustain the learning environment.
He further highlights on the challenge of limited girl-child enrollment at the school.
We have limited capacity for enrollment in the school, especially for girl child, because we don't have accommodation facilities for them. If other people could come, other organizations could come to address such gap for girl child enrollment in the school.
Asindo Apollo Alindo, Deputy Principal Lodonga Polytechnic Vocational School, says, indeed the impact of this project is felt in these schools.
The impact is positive. Yeah, what these people have made really a very great change compared to the very many partners that we have been receiving from other organizations. But the impact is greatly observed in our school. Even everybody appreciates, whether the student, whether the community. They even went ahead to train the community.
He further says people should start impressing skill in vocational schools.
Previously, people have that wrong perception of saying that when your child is dull, you have to take this child into into the technical skills. That is a very wrong perception. I want to tell us that for you to become a rich person or to change the environment where we are living, we need to look at technical skills as a priority.
Meanwhile, Richard Luluga,
The instructor at Yomogo Skill Development Center appeals to the partners to extend the project if possible because of its brilliant achievements on ground.
We have benefited a lot from this project as a school, and we are looking forward to having such interventions. In any case, Luigi Gishani Foundation, together with the Oxfam and the other partners, have an opportunity to extend this. We are eagerly waiting to receive. Because we alone, although we have also our internal enhancement strategies, such as put in place structures which are missing and so on, struggling, the resource envelope is limited.
Opira Churchill, the project officer, encourages the communities to impress what they have learned from the project and gives hope on further extension of the project.
According to the Oxfam who are giving us the funding, they are also saying that the possibility of the SP3, which will come immediately after next year, is only our prayer. As we have heard, the instructors also praying for the same, and all those who have been attending the meeting asking. For the communities where we have implemented this project, it's my humble request to them that we embrace the good strategies, the good things they have learned from the project.
The project, which started in 2022 up to 2026, is a humanitarian development project focusing in refugee hosting districts of West Nile, such as Madiokolo, Teregu, and Yumbe district. Oraku Benson Pastore, compiling the story for West Nile Television NILECAST.
Away from the story about education, now taking a look at the political sector, and we are jetting to Greater Alu region, particularly in Zombo district. The National Resistance Movement, commonly known as NRM, has launched its policy campaigns at Zombo district headquarters with President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, emphasizing the party's commitment to peace, unity, and household wealth creation. The launch emphasizes the efforts to mobilize votes for NRM presidential flag bearer and all flag bearers across the country ahead of 2026 general elections. This story is compiled by Alfred Jawok.
The National Resistance Movement, NRM, has launched its parish campaigns in Zombo with the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni emphasizing the party's commitment to peace, unity, and household wealth creation. During the launch of the campaign this afternoon at Zombo District Headquarters, Honorable Frenda Chanumash Mandel, Vice Chairman, NRM Electoral Commission, said the campaigns are part of the NRM's effort to consolidate support in the West Nile region ahead of the 2026 general elections. Honorable Kuyuchin Grace Freedom, Ora County NRM flag bearer, noted that the campaign will strengthen mobilization for NRM in the district. Honorable Kuyuchin Grace Freedom further expressed the need for the expansion of access to free, quality education and construction of more government primary and secondary schools in Zombo district.
I am so grateful today in Zombo district. We have had Honorable Jachano March from the NRM Secretariat, who has launched the parish model campaigns for the NRM flag bearers, especially His Excellency the President. I want to thank the NRM Secretariat so much because it is the political wing of our party. It's the mobilizer of our party. And by their coming here, it has energized us because it has given us the issues that we should talk about, the issues that are very important in protecting the gains of our people in Uganda that has been contributed to by the NRM party. The issue of peace, the issue of development, the issue of wealth creation at household level, the issue of education, supporting the graduates of universities and the tertiary institutions to be employed, the issue of education, free education for all. We have all this, and there is no any other party in Uganda which has a very clear and strong manifesto like this one. So this is going to energize us to reach the grassroots. We are going to sit down again with the NRM District Executive Committee to plan a way forward, how we reach the people at the village level. This is very, very key because in elections you need people. In elections, you need people who understand. And we want to appeal to the people, especially the youth. We shall reach out to you. We shall discuss with you. I think the challenge is that we have not been very close to the youth. We want to be close to the youth and give them information about what the president and what the party is doing to promote and to employ the youth. We are very happy with this, and we appeal to the youth. When we reach you, please come to us and we share. Some of the information actually are going to come out from you for us to do better in this party. We don't need you to go away. We have an advantage that through the NRM government, we have many youth. We have actually over 80% of the population in this country, which is youthful, and this is the biggest in the world. We are a country which has the biggest population of the youth in the world, and we want to say that this has been because of the contribution of the NRM party to give immunization, to protect our children to grow, and also to educate them, but we want to do better. Personally, I'll pick up what the NRM government has as manifesto and pick up what is relevant for us in the district. And I'll work for that, and I'll work for our people. Thank you very much.
Grace Torach, chairperson NRM Zombo District, encouraged leaders of Zombo District to embrace support for wealth creation initiatives, including the Parish Development Model (PDM), emphasis on national unity and importance of peace and stability for economic growth.
This time around, the campaigns will be in the parishes. Then when you reach the parish, you have already reached the village. So we are about village. It is really parish-centered, but it's talking about the village. We are meeting the Wananchi for the first time. People used to come from Kampala, where, and come and campaign, and party structures were not involved.
Meanwhile, Festus Aikoboa, Zombo Resident District Commissioner, highlighted that NRM has made significant progress in Zombo, including the disbursement of 18.3 billion shillings to 18,646 beneficiary households under the PDM, representing 26% of all households in the district.
I'm so privileged and so happy today that the general elections, campaigns which we were supposed to take over, today has kicked off from Zombo District by receiving a Deputy Electoral Commission who is also assigned to take in charge of Greater Nebi District. And in this meeting today, we have met with all the flag bearers, we met with the DEC, we met with the chairpersons of leagues, and also some of the NRM chairpersons from sub-county.
This indicates efforts to mobilize votes for NRM presidential flag bearer and all flag bearers across the country ahead of 2026 general elections. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from Zombo District, but still keeping the pace within political sector. Sorry about that. This time we are jetting to Adjumani District. During a press briefing at Adjumani Multipurpose Training Center in Adjumani Town Council, the Alliance for National Transformation, commonly known as ANT, ANT's presidential flag bearer, General Mugisha Muntu, vowed to tackle corruption and restore trust in leadership. General Mugisha Muntu arrived in Adjumani District on 3rd of December 2025, marking his 75th nationwide campaign trail, and will later proceed to Moyo, Obongi, and Yumbe District. Take a look at the story.
Alliance for National Transformation presidential flag bearer General Mugisha Gregory Muntu arrived in Adjumani District on the 3rd of December 2025, marking the 75th nationwide campaign trail. While addressing journalists in Adjumani Multipurpose Training Center in Adjumani Town Council, General Mugisha Gregory Muntu stated that Uganda needs a trustworthy and disciplined leadership if the country is to overcome its economic challenges.
Its priority is to create a team of men and women of integrity who care about the country, who care about the people, who are disciplined, who are focused, who are dedicated to serving the people. Once you start off with that, anything else is easy to resolve. The second point is crack down on corruption right from day one. Because if you focus on cracking down on corruption consistently, in a matter of 1, 2 years, 2, 3 years, and you reduce the hemorrhage of the resources we lose through corruption, 10 trillion. United States dollar terms, that's about 2.7 billion United States dollars. If you save 2 billion of that, that means you can pump that into education, into health, into agriculture. And then you start the journey to recovery the economy, and for that, also to work out mechanisms of reducing expenditure. You have to cut down on a number of administrative infrastructure. We don't have specific numbers, but the areas would immediately target would be like Parliament. Okay, you may not reduce it immediately, because if they are already elected, you cannot just cut them down, but you must at least put a plan in place so that immediately the next election that you have a reduced Parliament. It doesn't make any sense at all that a country of 47 million people could have a Parliament of 529 members of Parliament, short of 71 MPs for India, because India has a parliament, upper and lower house of 600 people, 600 MPs, with a population of 1.2 billion people.
General Mugisha Gregory Muntu, however, called for a change of the corruption and stealing culture in Uganda, which is causing poverty in the country.
Parliament has been weakened. The institutions of governance, civil service is so compromised. So the culture now is, if you don't steal, you must be an idiot. That's the prevailing culture in the country. If you have an opportunity, use it. If you don't use it, you must be an idiot. Now imagine people who have to go into power, restrain themselves from stealing first, and then building systems that will check anybody else who's going to steal. All that requires, convictions, deep-held convictions, to check yourselves when it is possible to get in and get the money, because nobody is going to stop you anyway. And the culture is supportive of you stealing anyway. That's what is prevalent in our country. All that requires a team of men and women who are there, but unfortunately who are not necessarily in politics. Because right now in politics, out of 10 people, 7 or 8 are there for self-advancement. The people who fight tooth and nail to see that people are lifted from the levels of poverty, I can tell you now in politics are very few. Many are out doing their own things. I think people who are honest have reached the conclusion that why should I suffer? Let me go and do things to take care of myself and my family. So there have to be a team of people in power who have now to do things in such a way that all these honest men and women, wherever they are, start coming back into politics when politics is cleaned up. Because the prevailing understanding is that politics is a dirty game. So men and women who are honest most times, for some strange reason, don't want to go and get involved in fights that will roll them in the mud. They just want to stay away from that. But obviously, if they don't come in, and the self-seekers remain the majority, the situation will remain as it is, or even become worse.
The Alliance for National Transformation presidential flag bearer, General Mugisha Gregory Muntu, began his presidential campaign rally in Ajamani district and will later proceed to Moyo, Obongi and Yumbe district. Reporting for West Nile Television, Onzima Alan, Okumaringa Christine, NILECAST.
Away from the political wing, now taking a look at the education sector. In relation to infrastructural development, community members at Muvurani Primary School are decrying over the poor state of infrastructures at the school. The parents are appealing to the government to help the learners with the modern structures and furniture. This story is compiled by Alfred Jawok.
The need for learners to have knowledge in a better classroom at Mvuranyi Primary School is a challenge, as the school has inadequate modern structure for 1,789 learners. In a mini survey conducted by West Nile TV at Mvuranyi Primary School, learners are forced to sit on wooden logs, and some of them study in a condemned structure built in 1966, as this affects their learning process in the school. The situation has forced many parents to appeal to the government to help the learners with the modern structure and desk. Richard Oketi, a parent, said the school has had inadequate facilities for learners for over decades, despite several calls to Zombo district for intervention. Jacon Stephen, chairperson School Management Committee, Mvuranyi Primary School, says the lack of classroom blocks in the school has hampered the performance of learners since they overcrowd the available structures.
District ento gitemo kama kushingwa pe ilembe mi jedugi asagane ni mukado NGOs muku gibini bango eni ma European Union magibini weshu no angoni agibe she tem construction on manyen ma manwa ma muti maju giero from 1960s ma otendong ti marash but miwe de kan washi e de nyone no ngo batende dong chopu ipo chopu tor ko de mani chopu potu.
Mr. Ayeko Alex, head teacher Mvuranyi Primary School, noted that with the old structures, some of the parents transfer their children to the nearby schools to access learning in a modern structure.
This school, as old as it is, it has got some challenges. And the biggest challenges which I have seen for my second year in this school is one is the lack of classrooms. We only have few classrooms, yet the enrollment is very high.
Meuva Jackson, a Lang sub-county chairperson, admitted that the school has condemned buildings for learning, but calls upon other well-wishers, district authority, to put some budget to construct classroom blocks for learners.
About the infrastructure, like the buildings which are now almost collapsing, as a sub-county, we don't construct classrooms. It is the responsibility of the district. They are the ones responsible to construct for us the classrooms. As I talk, there is a program under EU, European Union. We have been sending this, the names of these schools which need some help, and Mvuranyi is one of the schools.
Mvuranyi Primary School, located in Nalange sub-county, is one of the traditional schools in Greater Nebi. Efforts to get comments from Zombo district local government were futile at the time of filing this story, as our repeated calls could not materialize. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that, let's now take a look at what's transpiring in the world of sports, and we are starting it with the local content, more especially in Stanbic Uganda Cup. Officially, the preliminary round of the Stanbic Uganda Cup commenced today all over the country with a very big encounter. That's in Zombo, as there was a game between Paida United and Goal Mission. In the process, we saw the team of Paida United beating, or else knocking out that's Goal Mission in the penalty shootout, which ended by 3-0 after the normal time had ended in sharing of the spoil, which ended 1-1. First, take a look at some of the highlights in the game.
Goli Mission Stars FC, 5th Division club based in Jopangira Sub-County Nebi District, has been knocked out of the Uganda Cup by Paida United Sports Club in the first round played on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025 at Goli Mission Stadium. The match ended 1-1 after regular time, but Paida United FC won 3-0 in the penalty shootout. Harrison Obedgio, public relations officer by the United Sports Club, said this victory marks a significant milestone in their Uganda Cup campaign.
Stanbic Uganda Cup started in a high gear. Where we are is goalie Mission Stars playing ground. Paida United managed to defeat goalie Mission Stars FC. I'm happy to have the PRO Paida United Sports Club. Congratulations for the win.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
What do you talk about this game as it started today?
It was a nice game. It was a nice game. First of all, congratulations to the lads. The boys played their lungs out. They played a very beautiful game, and I'm very much excited to see them go through in the next round of this particular cup.
Meanwhile, Mike Poison, goalie Mission Stars head coach, conceded the defeat and said the elimination brings an end to their hopes of advancing in the competition, but will focus on the next coming 5th Division League next week.
The game has ended in favor of Paida United Sports Club. What went wrong as a coach?
I think nothing went wrong. Everybody saw what happened. Officiation was poor. Yeah, because we had a penalty towards the end. It was a very clear one. But that is the referee's decision. But what beats us up is, yes, this has built us up for the coming 5th Division tournament. We have given our boys the experience. We have played against a team that is 2 stages ahead of us. And if we can give them that competitiveness, then I think we are good to go. I believe in future, we shall be a team to reckon with.
Now, the 5th Division night is going to start. How prepared are you for the game?
I think from today's game, if you watched it, you'd really know how prepared we are. We are very prepared, we are very ready, and we know that the sky will be the limit for us.
That has been the coach, goalie Mission Stars. Where we are is their playing ground. Back to you at the command center.
In other results, Young Savannah 10, Paida Busha 1, Pashe Lion Gate 0, Pakwasi Paigo 1, among others. Alfred Jawak, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Now jetting to Europe and looking at Africans' favorite league, that's English Premier League. Match day 15 returned on the card yesterday and they are continuing today and it will end tomorrow. Highlighting the results of the games that transpired yesterday night, Everton was away to Vitality Stadium and in the process they beat Bournemouth by 1-0. And Man City with Fulham, they played 9 goals thriller in the process. It was Manchester City that won the game by 5-4 with Newcastle sharing the spoils with the Spurs as the game ended 2-2. And in Spain, that's in Spanish Primera Division, Barcelona had to beat Atletico Madrid by 3-1. Meanwhile, on the other side, we saw the team of Juventus beating Udinese in Coppa Italia by 2-0. For Dortmund, they were aced by Bayer Leverkusen, German DFB Pokal. The game ended by 1-0. Then today, we will still have games on the card with the Nottingham Forest having a game against Wolves and they will be away from home. Chelsea, meanwhile, will visit Leeds United as Liverpool will be maintaining Anfield to take on Sunderland. And for Arsenal, they will be maintaining Emirates as they welcome Brentford with Aston Villa jetting away to Brighton and Hove Albion. Meanwhile, Burnley is having a date with Crystal Palace and match day 15 of English Premier League is actually climaxing tomorrow with a very big encounter between West Ham and Manchester United. Meanwhile, games will again be bouncing back over the weekend. It has been me, Orak Benson Pastore, the anchor for tonight. What I want to say is have the best of your moments and we'll link up again tomorrow at the same time and also for the same program. Don't move away from your TV. Stay tuned as Talk Show is coming on your screen next.